Hello everyone. My name is Vit. I am a disciple of the Buddhist school Qigong practice called Falun Gong, also known as Falun Dafa. This is an ancient cultivation practice of the Buddhist school that helps people improve both health and moral character. Falun Gong consists of 5 gentle exercises and guides people to cultivate their character according to the principles of truthfulness, compassion, forbearance. Falun Gong was first introduced to the public in 1992 in China by Master Li Hongzhi. Today, this cultivation practice has been spread to over 140 countries around the world. All Falun Gong practitioners around the world have only one master, Master Li Hongzhi. Therefore, regardless of who guides you, you must always cross-reference with Master's lecture videos and the 5 exercise instruction videos. Our online learning group provides all of Master's videos and information for you to study on your own. If you're interested, please contact our group's fan page, which is listed at the end of the video. Usually, new learners should quickly obtain 2 main books, Zhuan Falun and Falun Gong. Zhuan Falun is the main text for cultivation in Falun Gong, while Falun Gong contains the essence of the 5 exercises taught by Master. My video guides you to practice beginning with slow movements, then gradually speeding up. Please patiently follow along with each movement as I demonstrate. Please note that when first learning, you don't need to focus too much on memorizing every movement, as this can make your mind feel tense. My method is designed for you to watch the video and follow along during practice. Through repeated practice, you will naturally memorize all movements of the 5 exercises. Typically, new learners need about 1.5 months to fully memorize the movements. If someone takes longer, such as 2 or even 3 months, that's completely fine. The most important thing is to follow the movements correctly as I demonstrate and to remember the key points I emphasize. In this video, I will guide you through the 4th exercise, called Falun Heavenly Circulation. The course includes a total of 7 instructional videos for practicing the exercises. Among them, the first 5 videos provide detailed instructions for each of the 5 exercises, and the remaining 2 videos are for practicing along with the music. After you have become proficient with the 5 detailed instructional videos, you should move on to the 6th and 7th videos to practice along with the exercise music. These 2 videos are the same length as the actual practice sessions at the practice sites of Falun Gong disciples around the world. Listening to Master's teaching, I understood that practicing Falun cosmic orbit is meant to enable the energy inside the body to circulate on a large scale. It does not merely run through a single meridian or a few meridians, but circulates comprehensively from the inside to the yang side of the body, flowing back and forth without stopping. This exercise goes far beyond conventional methods of opening meridians, or the typical large or small cosmic orbit. Falun cosmic orbit belongs to the intermediate level cultivation method and is built upon the foundation of exercises 1, 2, and 3. By practicing this 4th exercise, one can rapidly open up the energy channels throughout the entire body, including the large cosmic orbit, enabling the whole body to become unobstructed from top to bottom and gradually be fully opened. The most prominent feature of Falun cosmic orbit is that it uses the rotation of the Falun to correct the body's improper states, allowing the body, the small universe, to return to its original state, achieving completely unimpeded energy channels throughout the body. When one reaches this state through practice, it signifies having attained a very high level within the realm of worldly cultivation. When doing this exercise, both hands move according to the mechanisms, and the movements must be slow, gentle, and round. Place your feet shoulder-width apart. Stand upright naturally with your legs slightly bent. and keep the knees and hips in a relaxed state. The entire body should be relaxed but not limp. Tuck the lower jaw in slightly. Place the tongue against the upper palate. Keep the teeth slightly apart. Close the lips and mouth gently. And keep the eyes slightly closed, with a peaceful expression on the face. Raise both hands with the palms facing upward. Gently touch the tips of the thumbs together, while the other 4 fingers are stacked upon one another. For men, place the left hand on top. For women, place the right hand on top. Form an oval shape and position it in front of the lower abdomen. The upper arms should slightly tilt forward, with the elbows lifted so that there is a space under the armpits. When you form the hishi gesture, the fingers of both hands should be touching each other, and the 2 palms should also be pressed together. However, there should be a space between the 2 palms, as shown in the illustration above. The elbows should be kept apart, so that both arms form a straight line in front of the chest without touching the body. From the hishi hand position, both hands lower down from the lower abdomen to the area between the legs, moving downward along the inner sides of the legs. At the same time, bend the back and squat down. When the hands are close to the ground, move them in a half circle from the toes around to the back of the heels. Then, slide both hands up the back of the heels gradually. As the hands move upward along the back of the legs, slowly straighten the waist and back. When the hands reach the highest point they can go, form empty fists. From the Hasha hand position, if you move both hands downward, while bending your back and lowering your head straight down, that is incorrect. From the Hasha hand position, as your hands go down, you must squat down. The thighs need to be lowered, only then is it correct. Please note that throughout the entire Falun circulation exercise, both hands must not touch any part of the body. If they do, the energy in the hands will be reabsorbed into the body. I turned around so that you can clearly see the movement just practiced. When both hands have reached the stopping point and cannot go any further upward, you must form a hollow fist, empty fist. If your hands are pulled tightly to your armpits, while the fists are clenched tightly, that is incorrect. The hands must form a hollow fist, empty fist. Then, both hands withdraw from under the armpits, cross in front of the chest, and move up to the shoulders. Which hand is on top or bottom depends on personal habit. There is no specific requirement and no distinction between male and female. Next, the hands open and following the yang side of the arms. The hands move downward from the shoulders until the wrists cross. At this point, the palms face each other, about 3 to 4 centimeters apart, and the hands and forearms form a straight line. Then, drop the elbows and perform the movement of rotating the Falun. The outer hand becomes the inner hand, and the inner hand becomes the outer hand. Next, the hands move upward along the inside of the arms, passing over the head. When they pass the top of the head, the hands are in a crossed position. After that, both hands move back up to the top of the head, pass over the head, and then lower to the front of the chest. At this point, one full cycle of Falun heavenly circulation is completed. The entire exercise is performed 9 times. After the 9th time, from the position in front of the chest, both hands lower to the lower abdomen. Then perform the small lotus mudra, and finally form the concluding hand sign, marking the end of the exercise. I'm giving a brief explanation so you can get a general sense of this exercise. The most difficult part of this exercise is the section where the arms cross and the energy ball is rotated. Therefore, in the beginning, you only need to focus on becoming proficient in crossing the arms and rotating the energy ball. I filmed from behind so that you can clearly see the movement of both hands going over the head. If you move both hands sideways past the ears like that, it is wrong. Both hands pull out from under the armpits. Then cross in front of the chest and move up to the shoulders. Which hand is on top or bottom depends on personal habit. There is no specific requirement, and it is not differentiated by gender. Next, open the hands and, following the yang side of the arms, move the hands downward from the shoulders until the wrists cross. At this point, the palms face each other, about 3 to 4 centimeters apart. The hands and forearms form a straight line. After that, lower the elbows and perform the rotating the Falun movement. Imagine there is a ball between the two palms. The outer hand switches to the inside and the inner hand switches to the outside. Next, the hands cross and pass over the head. Then, both hands move up again to the top of the head. Pass over the head and lower to the front of the chest. Both hands pull out from under the armpits. Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball. Both hands pull out from under the armpits. Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball. Both hands pull out from under the armpits. Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball. Place your feet shoulder-width apart. Stand upright naturally with your legs slightly bent. And keep the knees and hips in a relaxed state. The entire body should be relaxed but not limp. Tuck the lower jaw in slightly. Place the tongue against the upper palate. Keep the teeth slightly apart. Close the lips and mouth gently. And keep the eyes slightly closed, with a peaceful expression on the face. Forming hand gestures. He, she.
随机下走。
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走。
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走。
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走。
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走。
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走。
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走，
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走，
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball.
随机下走，
Lower the elbows while rotating the energy ball. Note, when you complete all 9 rounds of Falun Heavenly Circulation, you will no longer hear Master shout. After that, you will perform the small verse with repeated kata. Hold this hand position for about 1 minute. Forming hand gestures. Now, let's practice together with the exercise music. Place your feet shoulder width apart. Stand upright naturally with your legs slightly bent. And keep the knees and hips in a relaxed state. The entire body should be relaxed but not limp. Tuck the lower jaw in slightly. Place the tongue against the upper palate. Keep the teeth slightly apart. Close the lips and mouth gently. And keep the eyes slightly closed. With a peaceful expression on the face.
第4套功法，法轮周天法，玄法致虚，心清似玉，返本归真，悠悠四起。双手结印，合十，两手随机下走，绕脚一周，同体后上来，转空拳，能量带入两臂，拧掌，过头，随机下走。绕脚一周，同体后上来，双掌把能量带入两臂，拧掌，过头，随机下走，两手离身体不超过10公分，随机而行。 随机下走，从体后上来，双掌把能量带入两臂，凝掌在两臂的阴面推过头，随机下走，从体后上来，转空拳，凝掌过头，随机下走，从体后上来，动作要缓慢圆，随机下走，从体后上来，转空拳，能量带入两臂，凝掌过头，随机下走，绕脚一周，从体后上来，能量带入两臂，凝掌过头，随机下走，绕脚一周，从体后上来，能量带入两臂，凝掌过头，双手下来，叠扣小腹，双手结印，合十，两手随机下走。
This exercise consists of 9 circles of celestial rotation. However, because this exercise does not include a guiding beat, it's not easy to move evenly through each circle. So I will share a method to help you move consistently during every circle. After completing one circle, you will hear Master's voice.
随机下走.
Based on my understanding, the command can be translated into English as move downward. This is the final instruction at the end of each circle. In the image above, I've marked the range from the top of the head to the chest, that is the section where your hands should move in sync with Master's command. You should use this range to adjust the speed of your hands, faster or slower, so that every circle is completed evenly. Never move beyond this range. If you do, it means your hand movements are inconsistent and out of sync with Master's command. This can result in not knowing when you've finished all 9 circles and should move on to the finishing posture. Lowering the hands to the abdomen. Counting each circle doesn't help either. It will only confuse and exhaust your mind. Some Dafa disciples try to follow Master's voice in Chinese, especially at the part where the hands pass over the head and rotate the energy ball. However, those moments do not indicate the completion of a circle and cannot be used to determine when the 9 circles are finished to perform the finishing posture, lowering the hands to the abdomen.